The game Triple H literally went online yesterday before Monday Night Raw and told the entire world, the WWE fans, the WWE Universe, that Monday Night Raw was going to be epic. Raw was going to be epic. Well, if he's talking about epic, what he means and thinks is epic, does he even know what epic is in 2025? Because there was not a whole hell of a lot of epicness. Now, was it a surprise that Jey Uso finally lost and LA Knight got the win and LA Knight got the victory? But it takes a lot more than just one match or one segment to make an entire show epic. You know what I'm saying? But what was your review? Did you think Monday Night Raw was truly epic after Triple H promised us that Triple H said, oh yeah, Raw's going to be epic tonight. Going to want to tune in. You don't want to miss this one, viewers. Your review, your rating of Monday Night Raw last night, what we got, what we saw, what we witnessed, what we heard. Was it absurd? Again, viewers, it all boils down to each and every one of you. Now, based on reports, guys, and again, remember to like the video, subscribe, become a channel member today. It's so important. If you want me to stay on YouTube, I can't do this alone. I need the help. Whether it's $1, $2, $3, use your credit card, donate below, become a channel member today. Super thanks donation in the comment section. Please help out the show today. We are in major, major need of it. But based, especially with all the time, effort, emotion, blood, sweat, tears, and passion I put into this around the clock, I never stop for you. Based on reports following last night's Raw episode on Netflix, and can you imagine, we're coming up on a year, viewers. We are coming up on a year of Monday Night Raw on Netflix. The narrative that Triple H is under fire appears to be a mix of fan criticism regarding creative decisions and headlines rather than an official corporate threat to the job. However, the heat from the December 1st Raw, Triple H is feeling it this morning. The primary source of the current backlash comes from fans and critics feeling let down and fooled and lied to by the most recent episode of Raw. The epic promise. Triple H had hyped the December 1 episode like epic, being epic, likely building towards the show's transition. However, fans felt the show was lackluster and did not deliver on the epic promise. Creative frustration. Again, yeah, guys, I'm sick as a dog. I got the COVID, I got the flu, I got a cold, bacterial, viral. I got it all going on. But I'm still here for you guys. I'm still here. Remember to hype up the video. It really helps out the video. Remember to hype up the video. Share this video all over social media. Viewers express frustration with specific booking decisions, particularly the DQ finish in the main event that felt rushed or repetitive, such as the War Games fallout. The under fire sentiment is largely coming from the internet wrestling community and social media, where fans are vocalizing that the Triple H era has hit a creative slump, with some even trending negative hashtags. You may be seeing headlines on YouTube or the dirt sheets, the websites, the newsletters. While the game Triple H's job does not appear to be in immediate danger over creative decisions, there is actual pressure on him from other areas which might be fueling the rumors. Legal depositions. Triple H was recently deposed, interviewed under oath regarding the ongoing WWE shareholder lawsuit involved in UFC merger. Now, this is a serious, serious legal matter, but it is separate from the creative booking of Raw. The Rock TKO rumors this morning. There has been a long-standing rumor, often cited by pundits, that Jonathan Coachman, that TKO ownership or The Rock might eventually want to shift creative direction. However, this is long-term speculation, not a breaking development from this week. So is Triple H in trouble? What is going on with the game? What is going on with the booking? What is going on with the criticism? What is going on with the backlash, ladies and gentlemen? Because he promised an epic Raw, and many felt the show was a disappointment, leading to a wave of negative social media reactions and videos claiming that his leadership could be falling. Now, we go on to this other report, guys. All right, so we're gonna pull this up right now, guys. We do all things natural, organic, authentic here on SeanzView. Let's start with the facts here. Let's back up a little bit. You had a Survivor Series that people weren't too happy with. You had a Survivor Series that could have been a hell of a lot better. You had a Survivor Series that was mediocre at best, right? Let's start with the facts that will spiral into the shocks, the twists, and the board of directors drama. Triple H goes online before Raw and hypes up the show as something epic, comparable to a pay-per-view, a PLE, comparable to a major turning point for Raw. Because we know in December, the WWE goes through the motions because they're going into the new year. They're going to be going into WrestleMania. They're going to be going into the Royal Rumble, so that's when the WWE really starts to sizzle and cook, right? So in December, it's kind of like boring and dull, right? But when somebody like Triple H and his power and his resume says something epic is going to happen or it's going to be a Raw epic night, you're expecting heel turns, title changes, huge returns, storylines kicking into gear after War Games, Survivor Series, something that would feel like the start of the road to the next big milestone. Instead, what did a lot of fans feel like they got? Safe booking, rinse and repeat, not truly game-changing angle to justify the epic label of Raw, and a show that felt more like a holding pattern than a revolution. So now you've got two versions of reality. Triple H's reality, epic Raw, can't miss, historic, right? The fans' reality, it was mid at best, and calling it epic feels like a lie. Now, once that word lie starts getting thrown around by your own audience, that's when the board of directors and network executives start paying attention. That's when the did Triple H overplay his hand conversation begins behind closed doors, according to gossip and speculation online at this hour. Now let's talk about the reaction, because this is where this really is going to kick in. Imagine the company's social media team sitting there watching the replays and the replies to Monday Night Raw rolling in after Raw. This wasn't epic. This was lazy. Epic, more like epic house show. Triple H is becoming the very thing he said he'd save the WWE from. The word that keeps showing up is overpromise. And once the fan base believes you're overpromising and under-delivering, your credibility as the chief content officer starts to crack. You've got fans now saying, did Triple H lie to us on purpose to spike viewership? Did he use the word epic as a bait and switch? Are we just numbers on a spreadsheet to TKO and Triple H now? This is where the storyline tension starts. Fans aren't just criticizing the show, they're questioning Triple H's honesty, his integrity, his word. Now, I'll be honest, a couple of years ago, this wasn't the case. A couple of years ago, it wasn't like this. Couple of haters. Remember Enzo used to say that? But in modern WWE, under the TKO banner, your word is almost as important as your booking, because the fans don't trust your hype. They stop believing in your announcements, your premium live event pitches, your Netflix specials, your historic branding. And remember, Raw is coming up on 1 year on Netflix next month. 1 full year that Monday Night Raw has been on Netflix, if you can believe that, guys. Now, if Triple H will stretch the truth this far for a regular episode of Raw, what will he say when TKO needs to pop a rating for a struggling quarter like right now? And that question is exactly the sort of questions that make the board of directors of WWE nervous. Now let's move from the fans to the actual locker room, according to gossip and speculation online. Because remember, the boys and girls in the back read Twitter and X just like we do. There were wrestlers who risk their health, their necks, their bodies every Monday night on Netflix on Monday Night Raw. And they're hearing Triple H throw around the word epic like it's nothing. Backstage, the whispers start. If that was epic, what does he call WrestleMania? Is he hyping this hard because the numbers behind the scenes aren't good? Is this about the Netflix era more than it's about us? You've got veterans who have seen it all and don't like feeling used as pawns in a hype campaign. You've got younger talent who are frustrated that their big moments are saved for buzzwords rather than real long-term storytelling. And now in the storyline, ladies and gentlemen, it's reality. This ain't no storyline. Raw was supposed to be epic. It was promised to be epic. And again, epic failure. We don't mind working hard, but don't ask us to go out there and pretend this was some legendary show when even the crowd in the building knew that it wasn't. And this is where the narrative shifts from Triple H booked a mid-show to Triple H's credibility as a leader is in question and under question, is going to be under scrutiny, viewers. Network and TKO metrics raise red flags. Now let's bring in the numbers, viewers, fans, and subscribers. Remember to become a channel member today. It's so important to subscribe, click the bell, and hype up the video. Because TKO and the board don't like fans. They don't think like fans, They don't think like fans. They think like investors. Picture this. The overnight numbers come in. The quarter-hour show, it drops off in key segments. They are hyped as epic. The social sentiment, mixed at best. Plenty of people are calling the show a letdown. Suddenly, someone in a suit asks, why did we let Triple H market this episode like a mini pay-per-view if the content wasn't there to back it up as epic? You start hearing and seeing phrases like brand dilution, hype inflation, erosion of trust with the company. And here's the kicker in the story. There are members of the board and higher-ups in TKO who are already questioning giving Triple H as much power as he has, according to those in the know. Head of creative, the face of the new era, the salesman to Wall Street and to the fan base. Now they see an epic Raw that wasn't epic. They see fan backlash, they see talent grumbling, they see numbers that don't match the hype. And the question inside the board meetings becomes, is Triple H starting to believe his own hype more than he believes his actual product? Does Triple H even know how to plan, strategize? Does he even know how to book? Is Triple H losing his mind? Is it too much stress? Can Triple H go up to bat right now? Now, that's when somebody suggests something that would have been unthinkable a year ago. We need to speak with him privately, urgently. The emergency meeting rumors, guys, rumors. Board wants a closed-door discussion. Urgent Zoom request with Triple H, TKO reps, and WWE executives. Agenda review of Raw creative direction and branding. Now, nobody's going to come out and say we're disciplining Triple H for lying, but the rumor mill is going to start spinning. And we do talk about rumors, gossip, and speculation. And if you don't like that, well, then I don't know what else to tell you. He's being asked to explain why he oversold the show. He's going to be grilled on why creative's being called steel on a night he personally called epic. Some board members feel like they were misled because they too represented that epic language to partners and advertisers. And Triple H was confronted not just about Raw, but about a pattern of overhyping shows that don't deliver on top-tier promises. This is where it gets personal. During the emergency meeting, one board member goes further than anyone else is willing. They say, if you call everything epic, nothing is epic. And if you keep doing this, fans are going to tune out before the Netflix era even truly kicks off. And at what point do we stop trusting you with this messaging? In that moment, we hit a shift. Triple H isn't just being questioned about last night's Raw. He's being warned about his entire approach to hype, marketing, and creative direction. And that right there is the seed for a future angle where the board has the receipts. They can go back to the meetings later and say, we warned you once, you didn't listen. Now, if you can believe this one, guys, listen to this one. Here's where I want to throw into you, because, again, this is still WWE. This is still the WWE that we are dealing with. Nothing is ever as simple as it looks. Did somebody set up Triple H to fail? What if Triple H wasn't the only one responsible for this epic label? What if somebody inside the company pushed the word on social media, framed the marketing, encouraged him to do bigger and louder, fully knowing that the show wasn't going to match that level, that Raw last night wasn't going to deliver? A jealous executive who thinks that they should be head of creative. A board member who wants a more corporate-friendly booker instead of a wrestling guy. A shadow figure leaking Triple H's overhype to the board every time something underdelivers. So now Triple H is in a dangerous position. The fans think he lied. The talent questions his judgment. The board questions his leadership. And people inside the company might be happy to see him under scrutiny. You can already see the next chapter forming. In another epic show underperforming, that emergency meetings go from discussion to intervention. And after that, we're dangerously close to the board saying, we trusted you with creative and the message. If both are starting to crack, we may need to start sharing that power or taking some of it back. Is it a hack, viewers? Is it an absolute hack job of Monday Night Raw? So where does this all lead, guys? Remember to like, subscribe, become a channel member today. Let's be very clear here, guys. Let's be very clear. I am not saying Triple H has been removed. I am not saying he's been fired. I'm not saying he has been replaced. What I'm saying is, and these rumors and this swirl in the WWE is that the trust between Triple H, the fans, and possibly the board just took a major hit in that so-called epic Raw. The fans are questioning him. The talent is doubting him. The board may have halted him hauled him into a very uncomfortable, very private emergency meeting. And now the question for the weeks ahead is this. Does Triple H dial it back and let the show speak for themselves? Or does he double down and hype the next Raw even harder to win back the numbers? Because if he overhypes one more average episode, if the fans feel lied to one more time with the epic label slapped on a mid-card show, that's when we leave emergency meeting territory and walk straight into WWE Board of Directors officially strip Triple H of some of his power. Not yet, not today, but the tease is there. The seeds are planted. The doubt is absolutely real. And in modern WWE under TKO, once doubt is there, it never truly goes away. So I want to hear from you in the comments. Was last night's Raw truly epic, or was it an epic failure? Do you still trust Triple H when he hypes up a show? And do you believe the WWE board needs to step in if this pattern continues? Your thoughts, your comments, your opinions, and your emotions on all of this. This is SeanzViewEnt Entertainment, where we give you the news before anyone else, the rumors others are scared to touch, and the backlash that the WWE doesn't want you to talk about. Stay tuned, because if Triple H calls the next Raw epic again, we'll be right here to see if it's history-making or board meeting-making. Take care, and I will see you, viewers, fans, and subscribers, in the next upload, because, ladies and gentlemen, it's about to be download. Later.